The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tokucast First Impressions. Marcus and Jacob here to discuss the first 3 episodes and our first impressions of Ultraman Arc.
Yes.
The opening.
Yeah.
We will start there as we always do. I like it. I think it's okay.
It's fine. I'm really weird because I listen to... It's weird. I listen to a lot of K-pop and a lot of J-rock. Mm-hmm. Like, Atarashi Gakko is sort of like on that threshold or sort of in between. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you of course have Sock in Action, which I'm hoping to see while I'm in Japan because they're on tour.
Oh, cool.
So, but yeah, I think it's fine. It's sung by Comrade Cronus.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I just think the song is fine.
Song is fine. Visuals that go with it are okay.
Yeah.
I've listened to it a few times. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it fits with the show itself.
Yeah, it's just not completely my vibe. Sort of like this show. And I tried so hard
Segue.
not to compare it to Blazer. But
oh man,
Blazer started out so strong.
That show is unfairly good.
Yeah, and then like you come into this, no, it's not bad. It's just off of the first 3 episodes in comparison to the first 3 episodes of Blazer. I think Blazer did a much better job of introducing the people to us, and this time is like you jump part way through. Like he's been with them for a little while. Then episode 3 is a flashback.
Episode 3 we get the origin story.
Yeah, which is fine. But, yes.
Yuma is our main character.
It's not grabbing me.
I gotta say, I like Yuma more than I have a lot of past Ultra protagonists. He's a guy who mostly seems to be competent at what he does. They don't boil him down to a simple catchphrase and a blender of personality quirks.
Sorry, you said catchphrase and my mind just, like... Smite it, and that's about it.
One of your least favorites. But, yeah, I think they do a good job of characterizing him as a person. They do a good job of setting him up as a person. He has flaws. You know, the first time we see him, he's, like, late to work, and he's biking, but they're already off on a mission.
Yeah.
But he's good at his job. He has the respect of his colleagues. And I think they do a good job in these first 3 episodes of setting up why it is that he does what he does, what it is that he's ultimately after with protecting people, and how that ties into his past.
Yeah.
And I think they hook you with enough mystery with the Ultra, with Arc, with like the Ultra itself, and like how he became the host.
Yes, because
and also like the mystery of like what is going on there.
You find that out in episode 3, because, as I said, episode 3 is the origin story, so you end up finding out exactly how we got to where we are. We meet the best character, a.k.a. Obachan.
Love a supportive grandmother.
Yes, it's great. It's just peak.
Yeah, she's great. As somebody who had a very, very close relationship with my grandmother on my dad's side, seeing that kind of thing on screen is always something that gets me.
Yeah, I liked her, and I think she, even though she wasn't in it for that long, she sort of stood out to me the most. It also could just be straight up recency bias, considering the fact that episode 3 came out yesterday.
It did.
Because the rest of the cast hasn't supremely endeared themselves to me yet. The GDF man, Mr. Shu Ishido, is fine, and there's definitely some mystery going on there.
Yes, I think that's another thing that's keeping me interested is like, what is the GD? Because he is he's from the GDF, Global Defense Force. Skip, which is our organization for this show, is like it's a kaiju like investigation and prevention. It's like special kaiju investigation and prevention center.
Yeah,
and what they do is instead of fighting kaiju, their job is to investigate and research kaiju incidents or things that could become incidents, and report their findings and like report them to the GDF and other organizations that actually do the fighting.
Yeah,
which I think is pretty interesting. They're not like boots on the ground. Like they do have like some self-defense weapons and whatnot for when the situation will call for it, but they're not there specifically for the purpose of fighting the kaiju.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, I quite like what they do. I don't really like mascot characters. And UP is definitely a mascot character.
He is, but I find him much more tolerable than mascot characters we've had in previous seasons. I like his design a lot more. I like the robot look. I wish there was a little less black. I wish it was less, okay, that's clearly just like a bodysuit. I wish he would like disguise that a little bit more. But I like the detachable head. I like that it's like an AI that has like two separate personalities that can split up when they do it. We have a head that can go out for recon and a body that can be used for like transport and whatnot. It helps with calculations and all that sort of stuff. I like that. I think it works. The design's good. I don't find him as like offensively annoying or ugly as some past ones have been.
An example
is I'm freezing on which show it was. It might have been Trigger.
That's just in general.
One of the recent like Raven ones that we watched, where it was like it was an alien that had like the really long like red bird head.
Oh yeah,
and like a poncho, and I'm just like, this design is not endearing for a mascot. It does not work.
It's not like the one from Geed either. The Shadow one.
I didn't mind Peebo.
I liked him a lot.
I didn't mind Peebo.
Peebo was great. I'm just like, he's definitely no Peebo. I like that character. Speaking of some other people besides Yuma, Rin, who is sort of like his senpai.
His senpai,
yeah. Yeah. We haven't gotten much with her yet.
Mm-hmm.
We also haven't gotten much from Opera Red yet.
Is that him as the commander?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
He made a whole bunch of references in like his character thing to Opera Ranger and Dino Thunder.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did both, which is really funny to me.
Might as well rewatch them to see.
Yeah, I mean, Hiroshiban is Opera Red, so obviously that's who we're all just going to end up calling him as. Because like that's who we know him from, and obviously he'll end up doing the pose at some point during the show.
We shall see,
because they always do.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I like him. We haven't gotten a lot with the two of them yet, but it's only been 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this has just really been establishing, Yuma and Arc. We haven't really talked about that much yet. The fights, though, whoo boy,
wow, they are excellent.
The one action, shot,
the first action scene we get in this show is a one take shot. And it's so well done. It's incredible. Just like it's like the camera is on them because we start off from Ishido's perspective. He's filming Ultraman fighting the kaiju of that episode on his phone, and it's like we're sticking with them with the timer in the corner. But like the way it's like okay, this is holding on them for a long time. But when Ultraman gets knocked down. This is the moment that really solidified this to me as like a real whoa moment. When Ultraman gets knocked down and the camera like tilts down, swoops down to the ground level, and through the archway under a building, we see him on the ground.
Yeah. And
then it picks up again and we keep following. And that whole scene, I think they do cut eventually, maybe, but...
No, they only cut...
No, I'm thinking of a different one, but yeah.
Yeah, they only cut... after the timer goes off,
yeah.
And Ultraman disappears.
Yes.
The entire first episode is a one shot, and it's so crazy.
Yes,
it's so crazy.
Good use of yes.
It's crazy.
He's right. He's right. But yeah, but then I think it's in the third episode where we have all those multicam shots from cell phone footage and CCTV cameras. God.
It has one of my favorite shots when like they're fighting.
I know what you're gonna say.
And then they're like all the cameras are switching, so it really feels like sort of found footage off of CCTV.
It's kaiju found footage. It's Cloverfield. It's awesome.
Then you go to the outside of a building.
Yeah.
And they're filming the fight. And it's projecting on the building.
It's on like a jumbotron, in Times Square.
And then, like, he comes towards the camera of the building,
towards the CCTV,
and then he comes through the building,
through the jumbotron, and breaks through the building.
It's so cool.
It is a 10 out of 10 shot. It's incredible.
They are going crazy on this one. I really appreciate it. Michigo. That's how you say crazy in Korean.
They are really, really dialing in how good the action is. They are really just bringing their A game when it comes to the choreography, to the cinematography, to the topography,
using
the choreography.
The shield as a weapon.
Yeah.
And him breaking the shield and stabbing the
kaiju with it. That was so dope.
And then, like, in the third episode, when the monster just using a shield the entire time, and his whole thing is like he'll imagine a way to defeat the monster, and then he'll snap back, and then using the laser. Like, because the shield's just front facing. So he used the laser.
James McAvoy in Wanted. Curving the L shot. This is the most violent monster death we have seen since, like, the Showa era.
Yeah.
This, like, the sound design of it.
It just goes straight through his neck.
Straight through his head. Just like, and just like the noise that it makes.
It's so cool.
Just like that crunchy, fleshy, like, something has been penetrated and broken. And you hear that, and then and it just like drops, and it explodes, and you see pieces of kaiju.
It's so cool.
Like, they actually blew something up.
It's so cool.
It's not just like an explosion. No, they blew a practical model up.
It's so cool.
It is so cool.
So cool.
That scene is just because one of the hooks is like, use your imagination. That's what Ark is always saying to him. It's like he's on his last legs. The monster has the upper hand. He's getting wailed on. That's pretty much the end of all action scenes we've seen thus far. And then he will hear Ark say, use your imagination. And he does, and there's a moment of, like, you know, the tilt of the head, the snap back, and then he does the thing that will win.
I think the most hilarious part of this, weirdly enough, is in episode 3, because it honestly made me think of a DBCA quote. Because we end up getting all this stuff.
Go on.
And you might know where I'm going with this. We get all the stuff that I'm sitting here like, how'd you know about the stuff you weren't there for? Because it's a dream. Episode 3 is a dream because, you know, the first time that he transforms. And I just think it's really funny because I always think about that. It's like, I just think about the stuff there.
That and last shot before he wakes up where it's the POV of his grandma.
Yeah.
And her voice gets layered on with the reporter's voice and she holds the microphone up. That was such a creepy effect.
It's so good, though.
Yeah, it was great. It was really well done and I liked it.
Yeah. I like a lot of things in this show. It's just like I'm waiting for the characters to really catch up to the action.
It's just not vibing with you yet.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm pretty positive on this one so
like,
far.
Don't get me wrong, I'm positive about it, but it's just like I feel like we had better characterization of the characters at the beginning of Blazer by this point, and I'm sort of missing that because I connect the characters first, everything else is second.
Yeah,
so I'm just sort of waiting for that moment. But yeah, I'm
honestly,
going to keep watching.
The one character that I'm the most like about so far, it's Ishido. I like the mystery that they're setting up with him and the GDF and like why he's
his
there.
love of coffee.
That's the thing. It's like, really, that's what you went with. And oh my god!
Although I can sort of get it.
All I could think of was that stupid meme, coffee. Green tea. That's all I could think of when he first said
I mean, I sort of get it, though. Some people got those coffee addictions,
yeah,
those caffeine addictions. And if you don't have a good one in your workplace, what are you doing? But
that is true. He was like, the fact that he turns around and is like, coffee is what we need. And like, we don't have it. What do you mean you don't have a coffee machine here?
I don't think I've ever related to an Ultra anybody more than that. Because I don't really drink coffee, but I'm sitting here like I feel like you need that in some cases.
It's like they have tea, but they don't have coffee, and I'm like, guys, just like do a Starbucks run or something. I'm sure
Starbucks is expensive.
I'm sure there's plenty of nice cafes, even local ones around that you can get a decent cup from.
But he brought one.
Yes, he does, at the end of the episode where they find out he's transferred to their organization is him just kind of plopping a big old coffee machine on the desk.
And I was like, you know what? I understand.
It's like, okay, that's kind of a good, but like. Because Yuma calls out at the end of episode 3, you know, your personality completely changes when it comes to coffee. And he's like, no, it does not. I am still the same person.
And he only drinks it black. If you do a cafe au lait or coffee milk, he is done with you.
He is done with you. You were dead to him. That is not how you drink coffee.
How I drink coffee. Anyway, yeah. Arc starts off okay for me. I'm just waiting to see, like, yes, it's early days, so obviously things are definitely going to change.
We've got more to come, so...
But I'm just waiting for those characters to really hit for me. Waiting for that immediate part of Blazer at the beginning, where he's recruiting everybody. But also, we're not, dealing with the captain of this team as the Ultra.
Yes.
With family. God, Blazer was so good. I can't wait to see the movie. But yeah, let us know what you think about the first 3 episodes of Arc in the comments below. Don't forget to join us on all the things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.